Okay, so Chris, obviously on the build-up to Sunday, the FAI Cup Final against Bohemians, things probably don't get any bigger than that.
No, to be fair, it's probably the biggest week in the calendar if you can get to the final. Everybody's buzzing, the buzz around the place is great. So, and then the incentive is you get to play in a big, massive cup final at the end of the week. So, everyone's buzzing.
And it's looking like it's going to be the most attended cup final in history. I think 41,000 was the record. The FAI tweeted there not so long ago to say that it's over the 40,000 mark. So even compared to the last time when the two sides met in 21, it's even bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a sign of the times in the league. Every team's kind of getting record attendances, scrambling for tickets. So it's a sign of the times. Like you said, it's going to be the biggest attendance since way back. I don't know the number off my head, but which it just adds to the spectacle of the day and the occasion, and it's rightly so. I think it's the biggest day in Irish football, so it deserves to be celebrated like that.
For you as players, how important is it to keep the feet on the ground and focus on the task at hand at lifting that trophy in the stand, as opposed to walking out of the tunnel? And I know you've got experience of it before, but walking out of that tunnel in the Aviva Stadium with a massive crowd and the occasion suddenly biting.
I don't think you can get too caught up on it. Back in 2012, I remember it was just all about the occasion for me, and kind of the game just passed me by. But it's just another game of football at the end of the day. It's 90 minutes, both teams will want it. You just have to put your best foot forward, and whatever will happen will happen.
You've got quite a good record against Bohemians this season, so that, I suppose, confidence that would obviously drive the preparation this week.
Yeah, a little bit. You can't read too much into it. It's a long season. You play them at different times throughout the season. It won't really stand too much, I don't think, coming into the final. It's a massive day, so both teams will want to win it, obviously. So it's just about, I think, who wants it more than a day.
You found it quite well. Obviously, the last day was quite difficult because of the weather, first and foremost. But the defence managed to hold up really good against the likes of Johnny Afolabi, who's been pushing for 20 goals this season, and no doubt he'll be pushing again. So the defence will really have to be on it again. Yeah,
absolutely. They have a lot of good attacking players, good defensively. So we'll have to be tuned in. Like you said, the last day we managed them well. We'll have to do that again. No doubt about it.
And do you have to, I suppose, in building up to it, do you have to drop the thoughts of what has been in the league? I mean, I think you only dropped 4 points against them in the whole season. As I mentioned, that would drive the confidence. But does that have to be part where it was, or is there something you can take from it?
You can take a little bit. You obviously have played them 4 times throughout the year, so you kind of know their players and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a cup final. Anything can happen. I think it's one of them. You can't really look too much into previous results. I personally won't anyway, and just treat it as the big, massive occasion that it is, and put your best foot forward.
As I mentioned earlier, you've got experience playing in the club final. Obviously, experience playing against Bohemians in the cup final where you scored. How have you been looking? Have you been thinking about that? I think that video popped up a couple of times on social media this week. Have you been kind of thinking about that and going? Are you thinking about where you might sort of like pop up or want people to put you in positions or?
Well, yeah, laying in bed at night when you're just sitting with your own thoughts, you picture yourself in certain positions. But no, we have our own game plan. We've been working on it this week. There's still plenty more days left in the week to finish up them touches. So yeah, we'll be all putting our best foot forward, and obviously picturing us being that person that's the match winner or stuff like that. That's normal, I suppose. But I don't really look back at previous occasions. It's a brand new day.
FAI Cup Finals have a real hack of going to extra time and penalties, and of course I hate to keep harping back to 2021, but it did that on that day. And again, your experience in that, like obviously you were shooting into your home fans on that occasion. Any thoughts, I mean, of sort of what it would take to sort of get over the line on penalties, even if it was up the other end?
Well, whatever it takes, like I said, it's a cup final. If it has to go extra time penalties, we'll be fully focused on seeing out the job, and you know, it's just a drive and a determination to get you over the line, I suppose. Wherever comes, we'll be ready, I'm sure.
Okay.